The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. Welcome to the show. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Let me apologize ahead of time for my audio. I forgot to bring a microphone with me on the road to New York. And so I'm using my AirPods. So don't blame me, blame Steve Jobs. Did he have anything to do with the AirPods, you think? Was he around? I'm sure he had the blueprints going.
Yeah, I think he just drew things and then smarter people made them. I mean,
they definitely came out after he died. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the AirPod? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he just tried to put a couple nanos in his ears. Wasn't that the thing, nanos? I kind of missed the circle thing where...
Like that. Oh, that was a very satisfying that little clicky click.
And the BlackBerry, the sounds of the clicks.
Oh yeah, the BlackBerries. I never did. You had a BlackBerry before?
Yeah, I mean, I was doing real estate, so you know,
you had to have one back in real
right
estate.
after I got the Sidekick.
Oh yeah. Wait, the one that goes like over, Roger.
Oh no, that's the Nextel.
Nextel.
The Sidekick.
Oh, okay.
The Sidekick.
Sidekick,
flip.
you go flip. You like.
Yeah. When did you get your razor? Do you remember when you got a razor? I mean, that was big.
7th grade when I started shaving my legs. No, I never had a razor phone, ever.
What?
No, never had one. I never had a flip phone. I don't think. Maybe once it had like a little flip over it, but it wasn't a flip where the voice part was in the flip. It was just covering. But you know what I liked was T9 texting. Oh yeah, I remember my first phone. The ring was I love that ring. I wish I could get it back. It was unique and no one else had it, and I really liked it. Yeah, T9. I love texting with T9. Do you remember that?
I don't remember. What is T9?
Well, so
is that
T9 was
type?
You know, if I was writing babe, I would do 2 to get the AB. Then you wait a second.
Oh.
Then you go 2 again to get B, and then E would be 3.
I mean, the patience we had back then.
I could do it so fast. Do you ever do the thing where you kind of just like
Smart type?
I don't even know. You do like you on your keyboard. You don't hit them individually. You just kind of go like you like do a.
No, I've never done that.
You trace it.
I've never
you can
traced.
Guess it. Oh.
I never. It's like the cursive of computer.
Yes. Can you do cursive?
I'm a cursive guy. I can't do a Z, obviously, or a uppercase Q, but
no, you know how to do that. It's just a 2.
it's whatever. All I know is that I remember I had a cell phone in college, and I would talk to my girlfriend at night for an extra like 300 minutes over whatever the amount was. And I just remember my dad being like, "Yeah, we lost our house because you're crying on the phone at night about apparently my divorce to your girlfriend."
Would you cry about your divorce to your girlfriend or your parents' divorce?
I probably tried to have her feel sorry for me so I could finally get my dick out of my pants.
What a lost soul you were. I got to see your parents or your dad and your stepmom's house. We were in Florida this weekend. We drove through on our way from Fort Lauderdale to Jacksonville, drove through and stopped at your dad's house. Did you know that we were going to drive past it like 10 minutes away from it? Because you just asked like 20 minutes before we get there. You're like, "Oh, by the way, my dad lives 10 minutes away. Can we stop?" Like, were you scared to ask me a day before? Like, why did you wait till the last second? I'm just really...
I wouldn't say I was
scared. Kind of confused by that.
I don't think I'm scared to ask you. I just think that, like, 1, my dad's recovering from hip surgery. 2, I'm recovering from COVID. 3, I just thought we didn't really necessarily going to have time.
Yes.
I didn't know what time we were going to leave in the morning.
Right.
You know, it's a long drive to Jacksonville. So I guess all those things included, I just didn't think that I would stop. And then also I didn't know how long we would stop and whatever.
Right. So then when we got close, you were just feeling it and you were like, "Oh, this could actually work." And that's why you brought it up then.
Yeah. I was like, I knew how excited he'd be.
Yes, he was so excited. He was touched. He got teary-eyed.
Yeah, it was nice. It was, he I don't get down there that often. You know.
Yeah.
Does he really have a farm?
It was like a petting zoo, Noah. It was wild.
What?
Andrew didn't tell me that before we stopped. He was just like, "You want to go to?" Like I love Andrew's family. I don't like touring homes. I just don't care about homes. His home was actually I thought their estate was going to be so big that I would have to like see every it would be just like it would be like touring Graceland. Like I would need like an audio system to put on that would take me through a tour of it. But it was really it was minimal in a beautiful way, and it was actually really fun to see inside. But if you would have told me there were goats and a donkey, I would have been like, yeah, please, let's go. I'm dying to go.
I would think seeing my dad is more important than the donkey, but the donkey is pretty.
No,
it was a mini donkey.
Someone's parents, no offense, your parents are great. So are my parents. But no one ever wants to see parents. Can we just be Noah wanting to see my parents in Arizona? Really? I just don't understand it. I don't care who your parents are. I would rather not see your parents. Is that rude
Nikki,
to say?
Yeah, of course.
Why? But this goes for anyone. Literally,
no, it's different because I see my parents once every 2 years. You see your parents once every 2 days. There's a difference. If I'm driving by, imagine we're imagine.
I'm not saying for you. We stopped because you do need to see your parents, and I didn't realize that. I thought, but the thing is, if it was that important to you, why didn't you fit it in and ask us sooner? That's why I was kind of like, if this is so important, why is it coming up? Can we stop at this rest stop to go to the bathroom? It was literally sooner than I usually ask to stop for Starbucks. That was why I was
maybe there was part of me that was like, well, if I put it on her last second, she'll be more inclined to do it than dread it 3 days ahead of. Okay, I got you. You got worked. No, I didn't manipulate you.
No, but it is. I'm not a cruel person. If you go, hey,
You literally said, Nikki, you said, when I go, do you want to stop? You said, I'd rather not stop, but if we're going to stop, we could stop. You literally said that.
Because I wasn't lying to you, Andrew. I would rather
I
not
know,
stop.
but so then I'm not crazy to
And you didn't tell her there was a petting zoo.
But I'm allowed to say no. But I'm allowed to say no.
I understand that, but I'm telling you why these reactions are happening.
I get it, Andrew, but that reaction wasn't mean. It was just like, you asked me, do you want to stop? Could we stop? And I said, I'd rather not. But if you want to, we can. Why is that a bad
I'm not
response?
saying it's mean. I'm telling you, though, that's the truth. That's the facts, though.
Right, but that's why you say that you can't ask me till last second. But why? If you would have asked me before, I could say, I'd rather not. And then you could go, which I realized without you saying was, this is important to me. I don't get to see my dad. Do you think I'm that cruel that I would go, oh my God, I didn't know we were going to be 10 minutes away from your dad. You never said that even once the whole trip.
I get that.
I don't know what Florida is. So I never knew that. If you would have said to me on Wednesday, hey, on our way from Fort Lauderdale to Jacksonville, we're going to literally drive by 10 minutes away from my dad's house. I haven't seen him in so long. I never make it down there. He just had hip surgery. There would be no doubt that I would have said yes to that. No doubt. But it doesn't. The importance of it is a factor in me saying yes, because even though I don't want to see anyone's parents, when my friend, it matters to them to see their loved ones. Yeah, that trumps any feeling I have. But it doesn't deny that I still don't want to see parents. Ever.
That's fine. I get that. I mean, you're entitled to that.
But also, I'm not a heartless. I don't know what you think I am. I just don't understand. It hurts my feelings that you think that. You saying, because you know what happens is when you ask me last minute, I think, well, this isn't that important to him because I haven't even heard about. It just occurred to him that his dad is It didn't seem important to me. It seemed like an afterthought. So I'm more inclined to not want to go when you spring it on me last second. It's just I want to get a sandwich from this place we're driving by.
Yeah. I don't think there wasn't too much really the whole manipulative thing that was kind of a joke, but there wasn't too much thought put into it in the sense of oh, I'm gonna try to get to stop. It was literally holy shit, I am going by my dad's, and it would be amazing to see him for 10 minutes, and I guess we can do it because it's only 11:30. Literally, that was the thought. There wasn't more thought to it. There is. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, though, there is thought to we're on the road for your stuff. Like, it's your show. It's your tour. For me to then go, well, I'm going to make this about me and stop at my parents. I do feel a little reservation there because it's not my place to do that. And that has nothing to do with you as much as it is. It's just like, it's not, I just think
the adult and mature thing to do would be to not wait to the last second because of, I just would encourage you to not wait because of you procrastinating, that you're scared to ask me about something. Like, that's not my fault that I responded.
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you.
I have a question for Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in general like a last minute planner, or
yes.
Do you enjoy spontaneity?
But I know that Andrew had known that we were driving past this. I know that it was on his mind. Like, this wasn't.
I swear it wasn't. It wasn't. I swear to God. I swear on my life. It was not on my mind. It was not on my mind to stop. I really wasn't thinking I was going to stop.
Okay, well,
then
that could have been what you said initially instead of, I'm scared to ask you beforehand, if it wasn't on your mind beforehand. That's what I'm saying.
When you brought it up, when you said, oh, then you were probably, that probably is a percentage of my brain of why I thought not to stop. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that was the majority of it.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
I'm just saying I assumed you had thought of it before, 20 minutes before.
I really didn't. I really hadn't. And
then
partly,
that's
different. But yes, okay. I don't even know.
But you don't think it occurred to you because, I get it. But there were goats and there was a donkey, and I don't even know why.
I don't either. I still don't know why. My dad's a Jewish guy from from
When did
Queens.
he get the goats?
Huh?
When did he get the goats?
I think they came with my stepfamily. I don't know. I don't know how we have goats. I don't know who gets. My stepbrother takes care of my stepbrother Jake. He built the farm. 4
or 5 goats, and then 1 donkey that they just got. That the donkey is kind of, you can just tell, doesn't know if it's supposed to be a goat. There's no other donkeys around it, and you're just like, where do you get a donkey from? Like Craigslist? It's just, but it was so cute. They were so cute, and they just. They only care about food. They're not like wanting to get pets or anything like that. It's just, it's interesting to see animals that just have no motivation for like affection. Unlike, the dog Otis and then the other dog Bella. Is that it?
Yeah, Bella. Yeah.
Those 2 dogs are so cute. They're just like, dogs love pets. Like, that's treats to them. A lot of times they say you can train your dog just by, you don't have to give them a treat. You can just like go like, good boy. And that's enough for them to be like, oh, I want to do that. I want to sit again. Or I want to stay. But, I just feel bad when goats, they come up to you and you want them to come to you, so you kind of pretend you have food, but it's such a trick and I feel bad.
Yeah, the goat, they really, their eyes are really on the side of their head there.
They're all peripheral.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought like a goat, if you were in front of a goat, it'd have no idea. Like, you could really stand right in front of if you're really skinny and it'd have no idea.
Think about that. Like horses are the same way, right?
Yeah, I guess so. There's no cross-eyed goats, I'll tell you that. Because they're all side-eyed. It's wild.
The donkey, too, though. I love that your stepmom was like, get on the donkey. Don't actually sit on it, but just straddle the donkey. It'll be fun. And I was like, I would. But I also got bit by a camel that a guy told me to kiss it that seemed to know what he was talking about. So I wasn't going to trust your stepmom about the donkey.
That's a good point. I wouldn't trust her either. But my dad wanted horses his whole, I think that was a big disconnect. My mom is like a Jewish American princess from Chicago, like city girl. Definitely didn't want to own horses and pick up horse shit. And I think my dad always wanted that. And I think that was a disconnect in their relationship, Right. And now he finally has his farm with his side-eyed goats and his.
It's so much work. You're right. I'm with your mom. Like, I was even thinking about pools, and like. I was reading, someone on Reddit was talking about like what's something you buy that you like seems better than when you get it in a pool because it takes so much maintenance. And I would absolutely let my pool go to shit. Like that's just a part of my personality that I don't have, is like maintaining things and taking care of things. And like today I was on my WhatsApp chat with my friends and they were talking about building, my friend Robin just built her house. And, everyone's like, oh my God, that sounds so fun. You're building your house. And I was like, I've never felt more disconnected from my fellow man than this conversation. There's nothing more I would hate than building a house and like planning where to put things and picking out fabrics and wallpapers. I don't like it. I wish that was a fabric of my personality. It's just such a weird thing there's so many things I wish I liked. Like even your stepmom knowing how to like feed, like even Jake, like your stepbrother who like takes care of those animals, like that's a huge responsibility. Or like tending the land or like fixing things or, I don't know. I'm just someone who wants, you're not like that either though. You don't really like.
No, those goats would be dead in 3 days. Like they would have drowned in the pool that I don't.
I'm glad you got a cat.
Yeah, a cat. Thank God for a cat. I mean,
they're easier than like ficuses.
They really are pretty simple animals. I'm the same way as you. You know what happens is you build a house. All these things take too long. They just, every day it's like, oh, I get to make a new decision. No, that's what sucks.
I just want decisions made for me.
I mean, look, I bought a condo when I was 25. It had bunk beds already in it. Like, it was already furnished.
Yes.
It had 2 sets of bunk beds in it. I didn't even want them in there, but I was just like, I'd rather have that than pick a bed. I don't know.
Cooking. I mean, I can't. I would rather. I don't understand if you can afford takeout and you don't have a problem getting it. Why cooking? Like, cooking takes so long. And that's ridiculous to say, but it just does. I don't like.
Do you think it could be meditative for you? Like, I mean, these things, I guess, are, people do them to relax,
When I want to relax, I shut my eyes and put a sleep mask on and listen to ASMR. Like that's not, like, that's where I really I struggle when people are like, you need a day off. But all my friends, and I've said this before, they fill their days off with meal prep and cleaning their house and making, fall pots or, cleaning the gutters, like, and they enjoy this stuff. And that to me,
cleaning the gutters.
A day off to me is just, I want to sleep all day. Yesterday I got into Nashville. On Sunday, we had to be up at 4:30 for a 6 a.m. flight. We got into Nashville our flight was delayed, but by like 11:30, I slept all day long, and I loved it. It was the best.
I did the same thing.
It's my favorite thing to do. I really, and as soon as we're done with this podcast today, I'm sleeping until I have to do a set tonight. And I'm in New York City. And I resented that when I checked into my hotel today, the room wasn't ready and I had to wait 2 hours because I was going to take a 2 hour, like, I wanted to get this done so I could just nap.
What did you do for 2 hours?
I went and got my nails done and got a back massage. That was honestly the best back massage I've had in my whole life. I was in a chair, bent over, and I was getting my nails done, sitting like this with the woman was doing my nails. This guy, Jerry, was doing my back. It was the greatest back massage. The thing that I loved most is he held one hand like steady on my back, like almost nurturing, and then did the other one. So it was always like 2 hands. It was great pressure. I got 20 minutes. The timer went off and I go, again. He goes, what about 10 more? And I'm like, okay. So I only got 30 minutes, but he was, I was like, I almost started crying. It was like that emotional for me. Like, it was just so connected. I don't even know how to describe it. It was awesome. I honestly might go back there after this instead of taking a nap. It was that good. Let's take a quick break and come back with more show after this. Andrew!
Hey, here we have the show.
We're back. We had such a crazy weekend. Let's talk about it. Thursday, New Orleans. Friday, Fort Lauderdale. Saturday, drove to Jacksonville. Sunday morning, flew to Nashville. And then this morning, flew out of Nashville. Andrew went to St. Louis. I went to New York. I'm on the Today Show tomorrow. That's a sentence.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And I'm on the Tonight Show never. I was supposed to do the Tonight Show, and now it's not happening. So if I said that last week, I apologize.
Do you feel like you were more emotional in that chair because we just did all that stuff? I feel like, and maybe earlier in the show that I came off maybe a little too emotional. Like I feel like I'm in a pretty like emotional state right now. I don't know what's going on with my brain, but
yeah.
Do you think maybe that's why you were maybe crying in the chair almost?
Possibly, like just tiredness and defensiveness in terms of like you can't. I think I just was craving like a release or like someone giving a fuck about my pain. I guess like I just really felt like he felt my pain, if that makes sense. Like he was just like perfectly finding the spot.
He acknowledged it.
Yeah, feeling like
acknowledged your pain. Yeah.
Yeah, because he knew where it was. Like he wasn't even like you're really tight. You know, like sometimes masseuses kind of give you that feeling you need of like validating how tight you are or whatever. But it wasn't that. It was like just because he like knew where it was. It was like okay, like it was just and it was like a release in a way. And so I think that's why. And I just like I think I'm just like exhausted and. Yeah, this weekend was a lot. I had so much fun. Last night was a little much, but
your parents were there, right?
My parents were there. My boyfriend was there. My boyfriend's brother opened for me, and he brought his wife and his kid, and they were all lovely, and that was like no problem at all. It was more like there was a festival going on, and so there were a lot of people backstage to like meet me before the show and like talk to me and be like. And I know a lot of people in Nashville, so they had backstage passes. I didn't even know those people would even be backstage. And I get back there and it's just like a lot of people to say hello to. And I just kind of, before the shows, I just like to hang with my family and friends and, you know, put on my makeup and kind of just like relax and not have to be like, hi, oh my God, yes, oh, cool. Like, it's just, I just want to get into a like very honest place before I go on stage instead of like, oh my God, so good to see. Like, yes, that is all honest because, and I was honest with like, I was honest when after I said my hellos, I shut my door to be like, no more.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. But I love having I told Andrew this morning, like having my parents there and like how it affects my set and how it affects me taking care of them before and after and kind of like being distracted by that is worth it because of like how much fun they have. Like anything that could go wrong would still make it worth it.
Yeah, I mean your dad being such a music geek.
Yeah, being at the Ryman.
What a geek he is. Geek is a funny word, actually.
Geek is such a funny word.
If you add music to it, it makes it kind of cool. Like he's a music geek, but just geek. Your dad's a fucking geek, so like he loved the Ryman. The Ryman Theater was there since 1890s. It's like classic. Like everyone's performed there. Like,
yeah, the seating's like pews. It's like church pews.
I mean, yeah, your dad loved the history of it. You know, the fossils in there.
Yes, my dad loves fossils. He is one. And. Yeah, that was great. Like, I love when I can bring my parents along for these things. And no matter what would happen, like, I'm always going to be like, no, it was worth it because they got to have fun. But it did not. Not for the first time, but I really realized that, like, I after doing 3 shows, like, you know, New Orleans, Fort Lauderdale, and Jacksonville, where I felt completely free. There was no one I was worried about. No one who I was like, oh my God, if they hear this joke, they might be uncomfortable or mad or anything. Like when you're juggling all those feelings, which I do just try to do a sincere set when my parents and my boyfriend and my boyfriend's family is there, but it's a little impossible to not be, because when you do the jokes that you're like, I'm going to do these anyway, even if it makes them uncomfortable, there's still, your brain is like fighting it. And you're aware of it, and you have a nervousness about it that is not there otherwise. Like Nashville was my shakiest show and it should have been my best because it was at the end of this run where I had like worked out stuff. But it was my shakiest show because I talked to Chris afterwards because I was like just talking about some of my bits. And I was like, I was like it was like I was juggling chainsaws. Like I was just, it was in my head. There was moments where I was present and had a really good time, but then I just like, I became overwhelmed with not wanting to get off stage because I didn't want to face people when you get off stage, it's so awkward for people. They don't know what to say. They don't say the right thing. You don't know if you've upset them in some way. You made them feel awkward. I just want to make everyone feel comfortable. So I like kind of just run past them so they don't have to say anything, because I don't want them to like, if they hated the show, to like have to be nice. And I was totally in my head. And then I had to go to the meet and greet. Was amazing because there were so many besties that made me feel so much better about everything, because I thought I hadn't done a good job, but people were saying otherwise. So I felt great about it. That's the best part about the meet and greets, is that you get to hear from the audience who aren't your family, who aren't your friends, who just have an objective experience as an audience, and they're not on the side stage, and they're like, they don't have anything to compare it to. Whereas my parents are like, well, the last time we saw you, we liked that one joke better. It's just, no.
Yes.
It's
just fresh.
So much easier.
And seeing you live when you don't see, like, how do I put, like, I remember seeing you at Caroline's perform, years ago. Like, first time I think I ever saw you perform. And I remember you doing, like, the Friday Night Lights joke and, like, whatever. And I'm just, like, mesmerized by you on stage. And not to say that I still am not in awe of, like, how talented you are. But, you get used to seeing things. Like,
yes.
So, but when you're talking to these people that, are there to see you once every 2 years, they're like, it's a big thing.
Yes.
Like, so it doesn't feel like a certain amount of time, or that joke doesn't sound like a certain thing to them.
Yeah. I don't want anyone to ever treat me differently, but I do, like, my mom always is like, I cannot believe you did that. You're amazing. But my mom's more commenting, I think, on the fact that, like, I do so much, as opposed to like the level of talent that I have. It's like, it's almost like I walked a marathon. That's like, my mom's like, I can't believe you walked 26.5. And I'm like, but Mom, it's that's more of it, is like the impressiveness of like the amount. And moms are always going to give you the compliments that aren't exactly what you want to hear. But I do know that they think I'm talented, but you're right. It just like, some of that gets lost after repetition. But I am grateful that my family was there, and I have a boyfriend who is able to tolerate the kind of mouth that I have on stage and the things I talk about. Like, as someone who has dated people for years and years, being the comedian that I am, it is not easy to find someone that is comfortable with having their girlfriend talk really brazenly and openly about not only their current sex life and opinions about men and relationships, but like past, and like it is not easy. And I'm like, and I know that there are a lot of guys that are like, I would do it, Nikki, because I get those, but it's like, you don't know what it's like. You think you would want it, you don't know. I don't think I would be able to handle it, honestly. Like, so it just made me appreciative last night that I even have even though I get nervous doing comedy in front of my boyfriend, because I'm just like, I don't want to say something that makes him feel awkward or grossed out or like disappointed.
No, but that's so hard for to do stand up with that.
It sucks.
You can't have a governor like that, and especially the
but
kind
it's
of
not
comedy
even his
you
fault.
do. No, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying, like, I mean, it's no one's fault other than, like, I don't know.
No, it's me.
Yeah.
I have to, like, because he doesn't. But he's allowed to get disappointed in something I say, or be like, that could have been better. Like, he's allowed to do that, and I have to be able to be okay. He's proved time and time again that even if he does get upset, it doesn't mean he's going to break up with me. Like, I think it goes back to you confronting me about wanting to visit your parents. Like, you asking me and me saying no, that could happen. I could ask Chris, did you like the show? And he could say no. Or he could go to my show and he could say, no, I didn't like it. That doesn't change that he loves me, that he's not going to leave me. I'm not going to fire you. I'm not going to, like, just because you don't get the response you want from the people who love you doesn't mean. I always go to, it means if I say the wrong thing on stage, it means he's going to break up with me. Like, it could lead to that. I follow it. And he's allowed to still get mad. He's allowed to still get disappointed. He's allowed to judge my act. Like, he has feelings. He can't shut them off. I am allowed to, get upset about his feelings too, because I can't shut those off. But I have to acknowledge that he's allowed to have his feelings. I'm allowed to have mine. You know, talking about my set last night, it was like difficult for me because I just was like getting defensive. But then I was like, I tried my best. And I think that's just like always a good thing to remember whenever, because I've been spiraling about my set last night, not just in terms of like my parents were there and Chris was there. It was like, just I didn't give a good enough show to the audience. I lost it at one point. I got it back, but I just felt like it was like not as good as the Ryman deserved, even though I would have given it an A-. I was doing A+s all weekend, and I was just like, ugh. And, you know, even though the bulk of it was 100%, there were a couple places where I'm like, oh, that was a C, and I can't stop going back to those places. Like, I keep revisiting them. My whole flight, I'm just like going back to that line. They keep just jumping in my head. And I kept telling myself, stop. In the moment, you were doing the best you could. Like, you didn't mean to hurt anyone. You didn't mean to be lazy and not really do that joke as well as you could have. You didn't mean to fuck up the order. Like, that would be insane if you meant to do any of those things. Like, you did your literal best. There's nothing you could have done differently. Like, there was no intention other than doing my best. And my best just wasn't what I wanted my best to be. And I just have to accept it, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. And that got me through it. And then I've like released it. But it kept haunting me all last night, all today, this morning. But then I was just like, wait a second. Did you want to offend anyone? Did you want to do a bad job? Did you want to make these people pay money to see you have a couple jokes that didn't do well? No, that's insane. Why would I want that? I tried my best. Who cares? Let it go.
Yeah.
So I just have to.
Yeah, let it go. Go back to the massage guy. Get it one more bit out of your neck.
Thank God I'm going on stage tonight at the Cellar, because now I can like reset and have, you know, you're only as good as your last one. But maybe that's why I was almost crying at the massage place, because I was just feeling guilt and all of these feelings of like, what am I even doing? You know, you just have those moments where you're just like, I'm so tired of listening to my own fucking voice too. I mean, I am like, you get it. I feel bad that people who love me have to that I have to do this podcast with you. I'm like, Andrew's probably so sick of hearing me fucking talk. Like, I just don't want to hear, but I have like 9 podcasts to do tomorrow. And I know people are sick of me. Every time I look on like any post that he makes, they're like, shut up. We get it. Who is she? We don't care. And I'm like, I don't want to do any of this. I'm sorry. I want to go away too. Let's get to the news.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
Oh, man, it's Monday, folks. You know what that means? It is Monday. Hope you're having all the swells out there in, you know, your heart, in your soul, in your lymph nodes. You know you have a lot of lymph nodes. I didn't know that.
Armpits.
So many.
Here. Your thighs, like next to your...
You know when you get mono, you can feel them all.
Oh, yeah, they all get, like, swollen.
Did you ever have mono?
Oh, yeah, I got mono from my first kiss, ironically enough.
Oh, yeah.
It sucked. It was me, the guy that I kissed, and his girlfriend. I didn't know he had a girlfriend.
Damn, so that's how you get caught,
it was the three of us that had mono after spring break.
She's like, did you fuck that girl with the lymph nodes that are big?
I was so tired. It kind of feels like right now. I think I still have it.
That's how I feel right now, too. I had mono in a fraternity house. It was terrible. But anyways, all right, to the news. Noah. How? Yeah, baby.
So I found this article interesting because it's celebrity friendships that have, like, really large age gaps.
Oh.
So did you know
Lady
that
Gaga
Jennifer...
and Tony Bennett. Sorry.
Yes, that's like the widest age gap.
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston, who is 53.
Hold on, let me guess. And she is Friends. She was in Friends. That's all I wanted to say. I don't know.
She's in Friends with
Who does she hang out with?
Who's she in Friends with?
This
Or
one I was surprised. Okay, 29-year-old
29?
Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They both probably still drink some wine and laugh and stuff.
I can see them being friends. I think that Jennifer Aniston can go young. She's so, like, she's such an idol for even, you know, with the release of Friends on Netflix, like every generation wants to be friends with her. Yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, I could see,
Okay.
what is Jennifer Aniston's probably 40, 51?
She's 53 and
Okay.
Selena is 29. And she called her a little cherub.
A little cherub. Okay, yeah, she is a little cherub. Anya said that she can't watch Murders in the Building because Selena Gomez's voice is so weird in that show. I don't know what it's like. I haven't seen it. I hear it's a good show. But I just want to say that if anyone's noticed that. Anya's like, I literally can't listen to it because her voice is so weird. It's like, I don't even know what it's like, but I'm guessing it's like this. I don't know.
Like Kermit, like went to boarding school.
Oh, God, what the fuck is that? I'm in this
There's a
old
bell.
haunted. Oh, someone's ringing my doorbell. 1 second. What is this?
This looks like a
What is
murder
going
mystery.
on?
It's Murders in the Building.
It's so funny. We were talking the Selena Gomez murder, and now
Yeah.
it's like turning into it.
Oh my God. I think it's the fire alarm for this old dumb building that I'm staying at, this haunted hotel, but it stopped.
Where are you? Like,
or
where in
the fire alarm itself just lit fire and stopped working, so I'm just gonna die soon.
Are you
I'm
downtown?
in Chelsea, and then in an old hotel. It's a nice hotel, but it's like one where you have to like open the door, and then the elevator opens. And the elevator, you can just tell how like small people's lives used to be because elevators are so tiny. They had like a little briefcase of clothing. The closets in New York City are just so small because girls had like 3 dresses and 2 sweaters. Like my suitcases did not fit in the elevator with me. Anyway, go on.
Okay, let me read a couple more.
Old
so
friends,
who
yes.
do you think Stevie Nicks has a 45-year
I
age
know.
difference?
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Nice, yes.
Yeah, I knew that one.
She
Yeah, I
said
heard
he's
that
the
too.
son I never had.
Oh, that's sweet. He is so cute. Jesus Christ.
Elton John's friends with Ed Sheeran. I know that.
Elton John's friends with Charlie Puth too. I think he told Charlie Puth that his first music was like shit, and like really insulted him one day. It was like your stuff now is great. He like came up to him at a restaurant. That's how they became friends. Elton John like loves new music. It's so cute. Elton John was
He is
in,
on my list.
Elton John was in Fort Lauderdale. Or no, Jacksonville the night we were. He was on his farewell tour. And I said on stage, I was like, thank you guys for not going to Elton John tonight. And everyone laughed because like everyone in town was at Elton John. And I was like, you'll never see him again. It's his farewell tour, and he'll probably die at some point soon. And then I was like talking about where the hotel I was staying at, and I kind of gave it away. And I was like, great, I'm gonna probably die. This is probably my farewell tour too. It's my last night. It's fun. Okay. So Elton John and who?
Elton John became friends with Eminem, who's 49, after a controversial 2001 performance together.
Oh yeah, they did stand together.
Kids
Right.
don't fuck only why.
I wonder why it was controversial. Oh, because he maybe says the F word in it,
He doesn't say it in that song, but he says the F word quite a lot before.
and maybe that was
ever
controversial
happened.
that Elton would like sing with him.
Yeah, it turns out when you make, $10 million, you could look over the word. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, Eminem said a lot of things. God, I love
Oh.
him so much.
I know.
I really do. He's so hot. It's insane.
Imagine Eminem rapping and having like second thoughts about what his ex-wife was thinking on the side stage while he was like, he's like, I buried her in a fucking.
I mean, you gotta admit, like when Brenna is watching you, there's a part of your
for
brain that is firing off that wouldn't be if she wasn't there.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not as cool as Eminem. I'll tell you that.
Who else is age gap friends?
Okay. How about Snoop Dogg, who's 50,
Martha
and
Stewart.
Martha Stewart, who's 80?
Okay, I think once you get 50 though, 50, 80, same.
Yeah.
And
But
I don't
what do you
think they're
they
friends
talk
as
about?
much as like they do a show together and they have to like act like
Also,
they're
the average age of someone dying, like a black male and a white female, it's actually they're not that far apart.
Oh my God.
Is that bad? I'm not. That's just honest. I'm not trying to be. Is that bad? Is that bad?
I mean, I think it's a stereotype.
No, those are just like
No.
real numbers. If Google,
Black men die younger.
Yeah, black men die at a younger age, and white female women live the longest.
Oh God! All right.
I guess we'll have to watch Martha
Maybe I won't
and Snoop.
transition. Yeah. Okay.
I guess that's a morbid thought. I don't know. Okay, anyhow.
No,
Yeah.
I maybe it's true. I mean, I thought it was just like a stereotype from like they die young because of like violent, like stereotype like.
Oh, no, like of just disease, like heart disease and like just, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
could
know
be
that
wrong.
little people die much younger than all of us because I used that as a burn when I was rap battling Brad Williams. I was like, I wanted to be as vicious as possible. So I was like, and the fact that little people don't live as long, like I was like, you're not going to be around a long time. Like it was such some really fucked up joke about how little people just don't live as long, which is so fucking morbid, but very true.
Also very tall people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tall people too. Makes me sad.
Heart
My dad's a
disease.
tall man. Scared.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's tall. He's not
tall
like
as hell.
dying.
He's one of
young
those guys
tall.
that's so healthy that every time he just seems like one of those guys that would be like, he dropped dead and no one knows why. He's the epitome of healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like I'm so scared that he's going to die because it just seems like guys like him that are healthy that have no signs of anything. They're always the ones that you're like, what?
What did he die of? He was like dunking yesterday. He has like abs.
Down in his grape nuts.
You can't die with good abs. You know what I mean?
All right,
like
next news.
Okay, here's a quick story that made me think of Andrew.
Oh,
After 700 golf balls, broken windows, dented siding, and gunshot-sounding golf ball hits that turned their dream home into a nightmare, a family sues the country club next door and wins almost $5 million.
What?
I mean, what's going on here?
$5 million for their suffering? Did they keep the house?
Well, they'll probably move, but they said that the past 4 years, the family and their home that borders the country club's golf course was regularly attacked by balls from the course's 15th hole. And they didn't know when they bought the house that it was going to be a problem.
I wonder if they're suing for like the amount of money they're losing on having to sell this house early or get out. You know what I mean?
Also for like pain and suffering. They have like children, and it's just, you could get hit by a golf ball if you're just like outside. You know, it could kill them.
That seems crazy that either doesn't happen more often or that there aren't certain.
Right?
Like, yeah. I mean, Andrew, do you ever see like when
There's
you're
so
playing
many,
golf, like houses?
There's so many homes that are in the line of way. Like it doesn't. I don't know. I'd have to know more about the story. But the idea that they think that there's so much pain and suffering that they deserve $5 million is insanity. Unless
Anyone
they were
that
like
can afford a house on a golf course, go just shut up. You don't need five. Like, you've got $5 million somewhere else.
I was wondering though, have you guys ever bought something or like maybe rented an apartment that seemed
and
great?
You didn't know.
And you didn't know until you lived there.
I was going to ask the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, well, I bought an apartment during the boom of real estate for $220,000, and then it was worth $60,000 4 months later.
I'm talking about like after you moved in, was there something annoying about it? Like it was
there
next to an airport.
There were two bunk beds in it. Your neighbors can be loud after you move in or something. I don't know why. Did that happen to you? Did you?
I'm trying to think of times where I was like, "Oh fuck, this sucks." Was there anything for you that comes up, Noah?
Well, I mean, I remember a story from you, Nikki. It's almost like one of my favorite Nikki stories, and I even found it in my notes. When you lived in Manhattan on the 5-story walk up, and you left your sink running, and you locked yourself out of the apartment.
That was the fucking worst day
I was
of my
there
life.
that day.
That was insane. Oh my God. Luigi, I was brushing my teeth, running the water. I was headed to Jennifer Lawrence's apartment to hang out with her. It was one of the last times we ever hung out. Luigi barked because there was a package at the door. I went to go get it. Luigi ran out in the hall without a leash. I ran out to like get him. The door slammed behind me, locking me out. I was brushing my teeth and I just was like already wearing clothes. So I was like, oh, fuck, no keys, no phone, no anything. I go downstairs. You cannot get on someone else's. I went to the restaurant downstairs. The guy was like, oh, you can check on my phone, my computer, get like email your friends. You can't get on Gmail if you don't have two-step verification that sends a message to your phone. You're locked out of you can't, there's nothing you can do if you don't have your phone.
You can't break into a 5-story apartment through the window.
The door was shut. And then I'm just like waiting because I'm waiting for my landlord to get there. So I'm downstairs at this cafe waiting for an hour or so. And just, I'm like, I guess I'm supposed to be at Jen's in like 45 minutes. She's definitely like, she almost called the Comedy Cellar thinking I was dead. Like she had no idea where I was. Then all of a sudden I see fire trucks pull up to our apartment, to my apartment. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe I can have them like fucking break down my door or whatever, get me in. And then the restaurant guy comes out and is like, there's water leaking down. And I was like, that's so weird. I guess my landlord will be here like sooner because there's obviously an emergency in my apartment. Come to find out it's my apartment. I left the water running. My sink would always get clogged and it filled up. It started running and it completely flooded my apartment. And but my apartment was tilted, so it only flooded my bathroom because it all ran to the side, which was a great aspect of it. And then that was the worst. That was when I realized if you don't have your phone, you are cut off. There's nothing you can do because everyone has 2-step verification. Everyone does. What do you do? Yeah, I mean that I cried so hard the night that I got to that apartment. I found it on Craigslist and I moved from LA to Chelsea. It was right down the street, 2 blocks away, and from where I am now. And I arrived on January 18th,
18?
Oh, sorry, that was 2018. It was January, like something, 2018.
I met you like literally a week after.
The day late. I think the day after.
The day.
But I got there with Luigi. I flew in. I had terrible turbulence. I literally thought I was going to die. I wrote to Chris because I was just like scared and I like missed my ex-boyfriend that I had broken up with like, 3 months before. And I wrote to him. He was in like Abu Dhabi. And I was like, I think I'm literally this plane is going down. And he was just like, that sucks or something. And I was just like, he doesn't love me. I was so sad. Luigi was scared. We land in January. It's fucking cold as fuck. I have so many bags because I'm moving. No one to help me with them. Oh God, I get to my apartment and it is way smaller than it looked on Craigslist. And I am just on this futon sobbing. And I just keep going, Luigi, I'm so sorry. Why did I do this? We had a beautiful place in LA. I was moving here for the serious show and just get away from my life in New York. It was awful. And then Pete Lee came over and like talked me off the ledge. Literally, I was just like, it was the worst. That apartment was so small. And, there were some good times, but rarely in that apartment. Other times, like, I feel like I've gotten lucky with spaces, though, in terms of like bad neighbors or low water pressure, things that don't work. I've been really blessed. So knock on wood. Let's take a quick break and come back with Why Do I Care? All right, why do I care?
Why do I care?
All right. Ben Affleck downplays matching with Selling Sunset's Emma Hernan after she talks about DMing with him in 2019 on the Raya app.
Okay, but didn't him and J-Lo get back together in 2021? So, like, what's the big
Why would this story even come out?
Well,
like, who makes this story come out?
He was saying I'm inactive.
Yes. So Raya has confirmed that he has not been an active member for several years. And she said that
a long time.
His opening pickup line was that they had a Boston connection.
Okay. Like, girls got to stop. I mean, I've talked about people I've matched with on Raya, but like, there's nothing wrong here. They just got engaged, and now I'm so annoyed with their engagement, though. I'm so annoyed with that.
What was their engagement? I didn't even see it.
I cannot take J-Lo anymore.
Was it public? Was it public? What was it? I don't even know what it was.
No, he proposed to her in the bath. She was taking a bath.
Oh.
And he came in, and she was butt naked, and he proposed to her, and she said it was the most romantic thing that ever happened to her. But her Instagram post... So she tells the whole story about it on Down on the J-Lo or On the J-Lo or some kind of dumb app she has where it's like her fans can really get to know her. So she's like on Instagram, she posts this little smarmy, like, I have some great news. And she's talking like a baby and she's just like glistening and it's so annoying. And it's all to promote. It's like, I just don't like celebrities using their like personal lives to like trick you into just tell us you had the information. I thought it was gross. And I just.
Do people pay for this Down with the J-Lo app?
Probably. Of course it's monetized in some way.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Or at least she gets your information so then they can send you when she's going to be coming to your town or that Marry Me is coming out on Blu-ray at a fucking Redbox near you. It's just, it just grosses. I don't know why she annoys me so much. I'm sure if I met her, I would think she was lovely. She seems really, her friendship with Leah Remini seems like really real and funny. And she's obviously extremely talented and beautiful. But I just am irritated by it all. I don't know why. I guess I feel bad for Ben Affleck's exes. I feel bad for Jennifer Garner. I feel bad for Ana de Armas. Just to like see them all like fucking making out all the time. And I just think it's like, respect your exes and tone it the fuck down. And you are doing this for publicity. You know, it's
I know,
like,
but what's the end goal with this publicity? So they could put out like more movie. I always wonder. Like, yeah, I know.
We keep talking about them, so it's like it makes us talk about them. Like, why do you put you and Brenna on your Instagram? Is that to like garner more fans? Like you do it to celebrate. Yeah. Like I'm happy in my life, and I just think that theirs is not really all about that.
Gotcha. There's
a difference. Like I just feel like people either post about their loved ones when they are in a rocky part of their relationship and they have to like let everyone, they have to do the opposite of what is real, because it's like they feel like people might be able to sense it. So they post something really good because they're in hot water with their person, or like the public might think they're not doing well. So they put that out there, or it's just publicity. It's just so people will talk about them, but it's like, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's nauseating and maybe I'm just jealous.
Yeah, I mean,
because I remember, I do get jealous of like their PDA. I think it's sweet. I love how
you and Chris, have you and Chris ever gone public on Instagram, like officially, like with a photo?
I did back in the day, like before I had a lot of, like when we were together back long ago. He really has no interest in that.
I know. I'm just wondering. I'm just like thinking about it because I don't remember ever seeing a photo.
I said, for women, it makes people hate you. Like, I have too many male fans that kind of fantasize about me being single, or like, and I would lose followers. It would be really.
It'd be interesting to see how many you would lose. I would just as an experiment.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably lose less than 1,000, but I would lose a lot, I think. And I just don't see the point in it. And also, there's other reasons too, but I just don't see
I feel like one will come out after the reality show comes out. Yes. I feel like one's going to come out.
I can talk about them on my podcast because I feel like besties can handle it, but like my fans that are just like, you know, the other fans who I love and need. I do love and need them. I need them to, like, in their mind, think that if I don't have a boyfriend, they could fuck me someday. Like, what is this? Like, it really is true. I've done it before. I've unfollowed a guy before when I was single that I just, like, was like, I don't want to see you happy with a girl. Get out of here. You were only interesting to me when you're single.
Do you think guys are thinking that they can't fuck J-Lo now because of Ben Affleck? Like,
J-Lo doesn't need... men are not following. J-Lo's fans are mainly women.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And maybe gay men, straight men can admire her, and they know she's so out there that they could never get her. But like, no, I don't think that it affects her as much. Okay, let's go to top one, bottom one, because it's Monday. Our category today is top one, bottom one. Drum roll.
Moments from this weekend.
Moments from this weekend. This was a big weekend for me and Andrew. Noah, I'm assuming you had a weekend as well.
Yes, it was a big weekend for me too.
Were you? You weren't in LA, right?
No, I wasn't in LA, but I turned 39.
Oh my God, I missed your birthday.
Did we really miss your birthday? I mean, you got to tell us.
It was on Friday.
That.
It's fine.
No.
It's fine.
Noah,
It's in my
that's
calendar and I missed it. God damn it. I
It's
knew
okay.
it was coming
We're gonna-
up. I had it in my mind. I was like, it's been a while since it was Noah's birthday. It feels like it's almost been a year. I know you don't. I know you. It's not okay. I'm not okay.
That's not
with
okay,
It. I'm
yeah.
so
But-
sorry. Even though I've forgotten all of my best friends' birthdays this year, so you're in good company, Noah.
Yes,
Robin,
I
Kirsten,
remember you.
my mom,
Yes.
Noah, boom, all of them forgotten.
It's
Okay,
okay.
next year I'm gonna know when it's Andrew's birthday. Order Noah's present on that day. No, I'm so sorry I missed it. How was your 39th? Was that your top?
Okay. Well, my moments. Yes, my top moments are from my birthday celebrations, which you're not the only one who forgot it. And I think it's just because it fell on like a Friday and I haven't really been in touch with people. So I did post it. Like I posted about it on Saturday because I said, I feel like a lot of people are going to be mad at me because I didn't say anything and it's going to make them feel like they did something wrong by not wishing me a happy birthday. But for me, it was definitely a weekend full of good moments with older friends, meaning like friends that I've had for like a year and a half ever since moving here, newish friend, and like brand new friends.
Oh,
So I had
older friends being a year and a half old friends.
No. I mean, like I made them
Or
like a
Elton
year and a half
John's.
ago when I moved to this new town that I've never lived in before and I didn't know anyone.
Yes, the first friends you made when you got to town.
Did you have a romantic dinner or anything, or what did you?
Yes, I did have a romantic dinner. I am going through something personally that I'm not ready to talk about, but I will share it with you guys once I'm over the thing. You know, I've just been kind of like dealing with something that's like emotional or like more like mental. So just being able to just kind of connect with other people. And I was invited to a birthday party, a barbecue, and I always get very nervous. I think, oh, I don't know how to party anymore. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything that's considered fun.
Cool,
And
yeah.
nobody else at that party did anything like that. It was just just deep conversations and just a good, easy time.
God, I love that. I love that so much. I was just filling out something about St. Louis, like the best of St. Louis, and it was like the best bars, the best breakfast spots. And I'm like, I don't do any of this stuff. I don't eat breakfast foods because nothing's vegan. I don't go to bars. I just feel like so, and Carlisle was talking about this too, like we're just like not cool anymore. But like I love, it doesn't have to be deep conversations, but it's fun when it can be. I just want to hang out with people that you can just be yourself with and you don't have to go, hi, oh my God, good to see you. Like I just don't want to be in that voice ever in my life, ever, if I can avoid it. Especially on a weekend when I'm supposed to be doing what I want to do with my time.
I also
I'm
think
glad
that
you got
there's
to
like
do that.
there's like a lesson in like when you have to do like something socially to not overthink it beforehand. Like I do that too, Noah. Like you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to drink with these, or I'm gonna have to do this, and you play like 55 scenarios, and then you get there and it's like people are just sitting by a fire, like be like
just so
really
easy.
nice people. Like usually people are gonna err on the side of being nice. Like I think in our 20s we're so around like drunk fucktards that like we expect that to happen the rest of our lives. You know what I
like,
mean?
When I am around drunk fucktards, it's kind of nice because if I don't want to be there, I can just leave.
That's
and they
true,
don't
and they
even
don't even
and I
know.
don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah.
Whereas
That's true too.
when I was younger, I was like, I have to be one too, you know. But now I'm just like, this sucks. And I from being someone who was drunk for so long, I know you would never remember like anything. So like when I was writing about this St. Louis thing, I was like, you know, I did go to bars in my 20s in St. Louis, but I don't remember any of them. And they were all shitholes where it was loud and I was lose my voice and they were dirty and gross and there's pee all over the seats. Like I can't recommend any of those places. And I was blackout drunk for all of it. So it's
That was your parents' house.
Okay, what were your? I guess we started with
There's a
top.
cover.
So what were your top moments?
My top moment was honestly the shows. I was just I just like love being on stage recently. And I can like honestly say that my favorite moments were on stage and just feeling like I would do like really long sets, dude, like hour and 47 minutes for one of my sets, hour 30, like every single night. And that's the longest I've ever gone. And I just really appreciate that the audience can be with me that long. And at the end of it, still like, I know when I've lost them, and I'm sure I've lost some of them by the end of it. That's so fucking long, but it's a really good feeling that by the end of it, like when I walk off stage, I don't have to, usually I run off stage because I don't want to make them feel like they have to keep clapping. Like I want them to be just done with their duty of like supporting me. So I run off stage to like, I don't want you guys to like have to like keep going. Like I just feel bad. But this time I was able to like take it in and like look at them enjoying me and take in their praise because they were giving me love, and I was like able to accept it at the end and be like, no, they want it. I felt like it was deserved and like I appreciated it. So that was my favorite.
I guess my top one was tricking Nikki into going to my parents.
That was fun.
No, I would say no. Obviously, seeing my dad was up there, but like, no, performing. Yeah, the shows were fucking fantastic this weekend, and I think like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like similar in the sense of like really feeling like I'm saying exactly what I want on stage. Like being the kind of comic I kind of want to be. Like, I don't know, and it just feels good. It just really does. And performing in Florida, especially, like, it feels nice. It just felt nice. And the other thing I love too is just like writing the jokes with you beforehand and stuff. I felt like we got along really well this weekend.
Yeah, we did.
And
it was
like,
really fun writing roast
throwing
jokes.
the baseball, just a lot of like it was a very chill weekend until like
Nashville.
Like, yeah,
Everything was chill.
It was the most chill like weekend we've ever had, I think.
Yeah, even though it was so much travel and so much like work. All right, let's do bottom. Bottom moment from this weekend, Andrew.
I guess it's annoying like when I get back, I think back to St. Louis is the bottom because like I'm so like exhausted and I want to be like there for Brenna so much and be like happy and like present, but I physically can't, and it's hard for me to like I don't know. I think that's like the hardest part is like coming back from the road and like trying to like I don't know, communicate in a way where you're like, look, it's nothing to do with you
not being excited to see you. Yeah, it's just
like my
so
brain
exhausted.
is literally like just like I don't even know what it is. Like, so that's the hardest part I think about how much you know, I can't even imagine with how much even more you actually do on the road. So it's like,
yeah, it's really tough on relationships. I am struggling as well with mine. It's like, just not like, you know, what do you do when you're gone? Because there's just so much to catch up on. You're not living the same lives. When you get back, you just want to be your best versions of yourselves, but you're fucking tired and you have stuff to do. And also the
weekends, like on the weekends is typically when people spend time with their partners and go on dates and you guys are working.
Yes. It
looks like we're having the most fun on earth because we're on Instagram. Like there are like if they saw us sleep all day, they would know that it's not like.
Yeah, but we're allowed to have. I don't think that's.
Oh
an
yeah,
issue
of course.
Fun.
I'm not saying.
But yeah. It's hard to like it. Yeah, it's hard for probably them to see like why can't you just be that fun right now? Like you were that fun last night, and it's like, well, yeah, I was also like having to put on a show. I was a showman last night.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that to be just as hard too. I will say the worst part of the weekend for me was checking into the hotel in Jacksonville and getting in my room and unpacking my bags and unpacking my bowels and then getting a call on the phone that said, ma'am, you don't have a room here. We accidentally checked you in and you're not supposed to stay here. You have a room somewhere else. And having to go downstairs, lug all my luggage back downstairs. We are an hour and a half from showtime, so I just wanted to like rest or an hour and I think it was an hour and a half before I had to get absolutely ready. And so then I go downstairs, we had to get a lift. We had to go across town. I checked in the wrong fucking hotel. It was just a big mix-up, and I don't know why they let me in. That was the weird thing that they found someone's reservation.
I was talking to them downstairs, and they're like, because they let you up, and then they're like, well, we don't have your reservation. They let you in under the someone's name is like Gosser. I was like, that's not even close to Glaser.
They must get so many like misspellings with people booking them like through the phone or something that they're just like, yeah, she's probably Gosser. Final thought, Noah, what was your low point of the weekend?
So, Avi he volunteers with the search and rescue team here in Arizona. Basically, people go hiking, they get injured, and this team goes out and helps take these people out, or if they get stranded and stuff. So last night, he's been wanting to answer a call for so long. He got one call. It ended up getting canceled. He came home. And then another call where 3 people got stranded on the side of a cliff. So it's like 7 o'clock on Sunday night. And he went and he answered that call. And, you know, like we thought, all right, he's going to be back at 11, 12 o'clock at night. I wake up at 12. Okay, he's not back. I wake up at 3. He's not back. I wake up at 4:30. He's not there.
Oh my God.
And I just like kept getting up and it's like, oh, he's not back home. So I texted, I was like, hey, can you just let me know that you're alive? Or just like this text when you see it. And until 7:20 in the morning, I hadn't heard back from him. And he's like, yes, I'm alive.
Oh my God.
It ended up being like a really tough rescue for like all these volunteers and stuff. These 3 people got caught, like stuck. I guess they were like mountaineering or something. They ran out of rope, and it was in the middle of the night. They were off the trail, like deep off the trail, and he had to like just spend overnight finding them. You know, like in the middle of the night to find someone is really challenging. So yeah, it was like a whole big thing. And I was just like, I wonder if he's going to make it back. And I didn't know all night.
Yeah, that's really scary. I'm so glad he's okay. But like, yeah, those hours between 12 and 7:30 in the morning, probably not the best sleep you ever had.
Yeah. Also, it's like, why couldn't he text? He wasn't in service, I guess, where he was?
So he said that his phone ended up dying and he had his battery pack, but he didn't have the wire to plug the phone into it. And then his friend had a satellite phone and he wanted to send me a message through the satellite phone, but he didn't know my phone number.
Oh, well, that is hilarious.
It kind of reminds me of Always Sunny when they keep throwing more cats in the wall. Like, he went to go save someone. Now he's gone. And now
he can't find a wire. They have to like lower down a wire to him. And he's lowering down a rope to the guy. Oh my God.
That's great they saved him though. I mean, what a great thing to do for people. Hopefully he wasn't too tired today to be fun.
God, were you so horny for him when he told you about this?
I will be later, like after I catch up on my sleep.
That's a good point. I lost a lot of sleep this weekend too because I'm doing Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday night on
because you save lives.
Bravo.
You save lives.
Watch what happens when I don't save lives. And I instead talk to Andy Cohen about reality TV.
Oh shit.
Have you done anything with Andy Cohen before?
No. And he's from St. Louis, and so I'm promoting the St. Louis show, obviously. And they asked me, they're like, so what Bravo shows, in preparation, what Bravo shows do you watch? And I was like, none. Like, I don't. And that's not a slight on Bravo. They have the best entertainment ever. Everyone I know watches everything on that network. And I just have never loved The Housewives because I don't like supporting drunk. It triggers me because it's just a lot of screaming and a lot of drunkenness and like meanness. And even though that's like very compelling, it just doesn't do it for me what, other reality shows do. But I'm wrong because everyone clearly loves that show, so I'm in the wrong. And then I've never watched Below Deck or anything like that, even though those are supposed to be great. I used to watch Millionaire Matchmaker, and then I realized I used to watch Summer House, but I don't watch Summer House anymore because Hannah was kicked off. And then I go, actually, I can watch Summer House because I know a lot about Summer House because I watched it. And so I've been binging Summer House, 13 episodes. I stayed up all night on Saturday night because we got done at 12 and then we were leaving at 4:30. So I watched so many episodes, but I'm watching them on 1.5 times speed. And it is wild and it's so entertaining and I love it so much. So I got no sleep doing that. And also I was thinking about the boyfriend thing. This morning I woke up and I was packing at like 5 o'clock in the morning or 6. And I wanted him to sleep in so bad. And I'm just like trying to be super quiet. And he like gets up and I see him kind of like messing with his iPad. Like he like blearily kissed me and I was like, good morning. And then I saw him like kind of toying with his iPad and I was like, what are you doing over there? And he was just like, I'm just going to watch there's a race going on. And he puts on Formula One, and Formula One's always happening like in another part of the world. So it's like always at the like crack of dawn. And so he puts on Formula One and he's just like watching it. And I was like, I felt like, I go, this is no slight to you. I feel like I'm babysitting for a little boy who's just like eating Fruit Loops, watching cartoons, like race cars just going vroom, vroom. And I was like, do you like your vroom, vrooms? Oh, does that little car go fast? Does that car go fast? And I was just like so belittling everything about it. I was like, just know that I just don't understand this. That's why I know it looks stupid to me. You look like because you just kind of like, you know, like little boys like fall asleep in front of cartoons and they don't even know what's going on in the cartoon, but they just like the colors and shapes. Like that's what I felt like.
It calms them. Yeah.
His little boom booms. He likes Formula One and MMA, which I like to call mama.
Isn't that the food? Isn't that the baby food I ate the one time?
Yeah, mums.
Mums.
All right, we gotta go. We will have more show for you tomorrow and the rest of the week. I'm going to be on the Today Show tomorrow morning if you want to watch. I think it's going to be on at like 9 Eastern. If you want to check that out, I'm going to be on with Sarah Silverman, so that will be super fun. And then I'll be on Watch What Happens Live on Wednesday night with someone. I don't know if I can say who. Maybe I'll say it tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for listening to the show. We are in Minneapolis and Madison this weekend. Tickets still on sale. 2 shows in Madison, so more tickets on sale for that. If you go alone, I will give you a free meet and greet. You just have to DM me going alone in all caps. Tell me your full name and which show you're going to. And I got to go because there's another old-timey fire alarm going off. Bye, guys. Don't be good and
Jack me down the river over there by the mall. I'm tired.